Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. I have a quick question. Let's say you just had your first child, your very first newborn little baby, and it's getting a little older, and then you have a really cool event to go to that you can't bring your child with you. Would you just go to a random person and ask them to babysit your kid? No, you would not, right? What would you do? You would ask around, you would ask your friends, you will check the references, you would read the small print, you will go to reputable agency. So why is it we go to Walgreens, Costco, all these random places and just buy random supplements without checking the labels, without reading the small print, without checking the reputation of the company that makes them? So in this video, I wanted you to learn about how corrupted supplement industry is. It's literally easier to put a supplement on the shelf than get rid of it and get it off the shelf. There's lots of supplements out there that are deceiving. There's combinations that cancel each other. For example, a long time ago on the national television, I remember when I was a kid listening to national television commercials where they were advertising, oh, take calcium with fiber. Well, anything you'll take with fiber will go right through you. Why would I take a supplement with fiber attached to it that will actually literally remove that supplement from my body? And it's basically like taking nothing. So I want you to think about that. And what do we look for when it comes to supplements? I often read comments in Instagram when when influential people recommend supplementation, when they say, oh, take ashwagandha, take I don't know, take bacopa, just random things, that this magic pill. And people run to the store because they respect the person and talks about supplements, and they just go buy random thing they see, not knowing. And that's why I'm making this video. Click the subscribe button and like button, please. Uh, I want you to understand that it's not what you put in your body, it's what you don't put in your body is important, because you can do no good if you put a valuable supplement in if it comes with poison. All kinds of fillers and unnecessary additives that companies put in, it can have a really, really good front, and it can either basically, here's what we're looking for, because it can have really good supplements in there and then have some like sucralose, which will affect your microbiome, and we know microbiome affects your mood, it affects your immunity, it affects your brain. So why would you take something that is good for you in combination with something that is really, really bad for you? So what do we look for when we buy supplements? Always look for a reputable company. Eventually, as you start paying attention to labels and you read the small prints, you will start noticing that certain companies just do all products really high quality, and certain companies, they might have good products like bulk supplements. For example, there's with a big percentage of bulk supplements is tested and really delivers what they say is in the bag, but then there are some supplements that they maybe didn't score that high. So there's reviews online you can read. First of all, look for a company that has third-party tested. So that means they have a random lab that tests for their quality. Because what happens, what you need to understand is that when, listen, let's say I want to open a company that makes supplements. I cannot make my supplements in the kitchen. I don't know. I might have a good intention behind it, and I want it to be organic, and I want it to be high quality supplements, but I'm not the one putting the supplements in. You generally just hire someone else who makes the supplements for you. So how do you know that that someone is doing a good job? So you test it. So third company tested, or at least you test it yourself as a company, these are the things you're looking for. Like for example, Biotics, they test their own products because they sell to mostly naturopathic doctors and chiropractors, so it's pharmaceutical grade, and they test their supplements and they say if it says 100 milligrams of something, it's 100 milligrams of something. We tested it, we know. And or you can have a third party test it. Number two, you want to make sure it doesn't have gluten, it doesn't have any kind of additives, and usually the companies that they practice that, they will have it on the front of the bottle. They'll say test it, they'll say doesn't have any unnecessary additives, doesn't have natural flavors, because under natural flavors you can put anything you want, anything you want. That goes for products in the store as well, like protein powders and bars and health food. Fast food, health food, fast food is a big one that is misleading, because they'll say, oh, this is keto, and then if you read about it, then it's keto only if you take a tiny little bite, but if you eat the whole thing, it's no longer keto, it has a lot of carbs in it. So number two, we want to make sure that it doesn't have any additives. Read about the company, make sure they source it correctly, because a lot of things that are good for us are endangered species, endangered plants, and they make sure it's sustainable. Then don't just go and grab all the chagas in the woods, because chaga is very beneficial to the tree, to the birch tree. So we want to make sure it's harvested humanely, raised humanely. It's they consider the ecosystem when they remove this plant or this animal or this substance from our earth. And also be aware of cheap supplements, because why are they cheap? What happened? How come? There's a natural cost that comes with making things. So if something is extremely inexpensive, ask that question and start looking into it. Why is it so cheap? Maybe they bypass certain quality control. Maybe they I don't know. There's multiple variations of what could happen if it's inexpensive. It just always raises a question. It's like, why is this meal? It's only $5. And that's just a couple of things I would pay attention to when buying supplements, because I see people buy with good intention, but they get things that are kind of harmful to them. For example, vitamin E, there's synthetic form, there's natural form, there's different forms of a natural form. So I would highly recommend research that, because if you take synthetic vitamin E, it actually increases your inflammation. If you take the natural form of a different kinds, it will decrease your inflammation, and that goes on for minerals as well and other substances. Like my video.